Chapter 11 introduces a really useful subject to be aware of, and that is the subject of peak performance. Now, one of the concerns that we always have with people wanting to be successful and working hard is that they can overdo it. They can work too hard. They can actually become money rich and time poor, and that's not good for the long term. We have to have work-life balance. So in this chapter, I introduce you to some very important concepts. The first one is that we know the characteristics of peak performers, those people who produce great results without stressing themselves. In this chapter, I draw upon the work of Charles Garfield. He was a psychologist with the NASA team, and he studied peak performers not only in the world of space travel, but also in sport and in business. And he identified 6 key characteristics. And I go into these in some detail in this chapter. However, perhaps the most important characteristics have already been mentioned. Peak performers have a sense of purpose, a sense of mastery, and at the same time, they're always developing. They have that growth mindset that the neuroscientists talk about. So we have a template of what we need to be good at to be a peak performer. So peak performance is key. If we really want to be successful, we must do so without burning ourselves out. And another approach that we often have to deal with is we want to do something, we want to be a peak performer, but there's a little voice in our head telling us we can't do it. And this was addressed by Timothy Galway in his books, The Inner Game series, where he teaches you how to manage that little voice. Once you know about it, it's amazing the differences you can make to your performance, whether it's in work, in music, golf, tennis, or whatever activity you want to actually engage in. So peak performance is a subject we know quite a lot about. We need a bit of pressure, we need a little bit of arousal and stress reaction to get us to the peak of the curve. The art form is managing our performance at that level, and we can do that by a lot of internal mindset management. So that's this chapter, a very powerful one and a slightly unusual one in a personal development book, but one that really will put you on the track to all the success you seek.